Food gear, food barrels, stacking food increases resolute chance, and you can stack extra food, so all that slime mold can actually do something for you.
Yeah, sure. That is one thing that is much different in Kingdoms, however. That you're not going to find, like, I don't know, steak and spuds, or apples and cheese, or even bread by running over road debris. No, it's all slime mold.
Yeah, you only get the good food from upgrading the inn, or occasionally through the assistance encounters.
Yeah. Or like the Lair.
Yeah. So, I mean, being able to stack extra food for resolute chance.
I find that very rarely that you actually go for resolute because there's enough chances to like stress heal. You're not going like 5 fights in a single region, but
yeah,
the stacking is nice.
Let's say, especially with the Beastmen, the stress isn't as much of an issue as the damage. Like, fatigue is what's gonna kill you. It's not a meltdown. Does that make this any good? I mean, it's good, but how good?
One thing I'd like to point out with the food barrels is that it increases stacking, but there is a portion of the quest which means that you will not have any stagecoach items on. So if you've been stacking up like slime mold, you've got like 10 stacks, you are going to have to get rid of all that slime mold, most likely.
The sadness. Me mold, it's gone.
The mold, it all rotted away somehow, even more.
Who knew this would happen? Alright, so is it... my gut check is B. Is it lower?
I mean, it can still be run with reanimated rabbit.
Yeah. I think rabbit's an advanced pet, right?
Yeah, I think it is as well. I don't think it's one of those ones you can just randomly find.
Yeah, sadness. Makes sense though, rabbit's stupid ass busted.
Yeah. It's like up to 4 speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say B, probably.
Okay. Like, if you get it to go off, it's gonna be good. Who knows?
Yeah, I feel like to get max benefit, you're gonna need, like, the icebox.
Yeah, speaking of the icebox, bonus food looted, plus disease res for whatever reason.
Never say the disease res doesn't matter. It will matter more than you think.
Is icebox 40? I thought it was 25.
No, it's 40.
Okay.
Kind of deserves it, though.
It does, for sure. I don't know why I thought it was cheaper. The icebox, really good. So bonus looted food, so those rare occasions where you do find bread and cheese, you get extra.
Gives you plenty of slime mold.
Gives you plenty of slime mold. So this is the kind of thing that can keep you fed for most of the campaign, so I'm thinking possibly A.
Yeah, it is pretty good. I mean, when you have enough slime mold, it actually starts being, not detrimental to eat it, because you can easily resist the disease.
True, yeah. And
it makes assistance encounters better, like, instead of gaining, 1 apples and cheese, 1 steak and spuds, you can now gain 3 of each.
Yeah. Like, that's value. Because, 2 extra apples and cheese, those are what, 12 each? So that's extra 24 gold. Then extra 32 from the steak and spuds.
If you get sealed doorway, oh, you're eating well tonight.
No pun intended, but yeah, the 10 delicacies. Forgot about that. I love that node.
And then you open it and you get the dagger instead.
You get the meme dagger, or I heard you can get a ghoul encounter out of that. I don't know if that's true.
Well, if that's true, I haven't seen it.
Okay. I gotta double check it. I don't remember ever seeing it though. Alright. I'm thinking A. Does it go higher? Does it go lower?
I'm thinking A, because I feel like one of the other items we'll be talking about soon will solve food for us.
Oh, that's true, and it's better food. Alright.
Pot and still.
Pot and still. Relationships, critically important. This gives you relationship items and increases relationship item stacking. But guys, there are books too that do that. Who cares? Booze.
Sorry, I can't read those books. I'm mellophobic.
When's the illiterate quirk? It only go to
heaven. That's gonna be started on every Hellion.
Oh man, she's practicing though. Have you seen the bark? She practices her letters.
Yeah, have you seen the hidden in the files like the box for her using hobby or whatever it was?
No, I've
From
not.
Darkest Dungeon 1. It's the 4th basic generic camping skill that never got into the game.
Mm.
And it's like, oh yeah, I'm practicing reading.
That's hella funny. That's so adorable.
Yeah, too bad it's not canon. 'Cause it's not in the game. Sad.
Well, in DD2, that's what I was referring to. She says she practices writing at like the familiar desk or something.
It can be the muscles and the mind, maybe in 20 years.
Probably. All right.
We're getting off topic. Pot and Still, it's a good item.
Still, super good. I want to say S, honestly, because relationships are so important, and this helps.
I do like Pot and Still. Yeah, I can say it can go in S. It is nice.
Yeah, it's super
That's some,
helpful.
I mean, it can produce, like in Kingdoms, it works with blueprint tubes.
Yes.
That's all you need.
Yeah, so you get the regular, like, whiskey flask for 2 people, you get the bottle for 2 people, and then you get the barrel. And all that is super helpful. And expensive.
Yeah, I think it's like, what, 18 relics for a whiskey barrel normally?
Something like that, 16, 18, and I think the big bottle's like 12, and the little flask is 8.
Ugh.
So yeah, that's
and yeah, this thing's pretty cheap too, isn't it?
What is?
The Pot and Still itself, isn't it like only 25 relics?
No way. Okay, it's 40. I was gonna say, if it's 25, okay. I was gonna flip a table.
Could have sworn it was 25 at some point, but...
Yeah. Alright. So that one's really good. Invigorating Stew. Keep clicking around, but... The Invigorating Stew. Very good food item.
Yeah, it's insane, man.
Oh yeah, +1 speed too. Yeah. The bonus HP, this hits the whole party for 1 stew. Very glad to see that the party enjoys bland Irish food. So having 1 speed...
Sponge-soaked tea.
I'll tell you this, even if it's invigorating, you eat I had some corned beef for the holiday. You're not invigorated after that. You're like, oh damn, bedtime. I want to say yes for probably the next 2, honestly. I don't know how you feel.
Yeah, I definitely say yes, but Stew Pot gets much more benefit than you'd think because the stew stacks up to 4, and this is Kingdoms where you need inventory space. So, unlike the Flapjacks, which you get 1 proc of it, you get 4 Flapjacks, that takes up its own space. Yeah. Invigorating Stew, you can proc it 4 times, and you can just save them in 1 slot.
Yeah, that's super good. Very efficient for storage, and... Honestly, I'd argue the 1 speed is probably, not even counting these resists, I'd argue the 1 speed is probably better than the 5 res across the board here.
I mean, yeah, speed is a good stat on most characters. I mean, sure, there'll be times where you don't want 1 speed if you're running like low speed trinkets.
Okay.
What's the word? I'm thinking of the item, the one that gives you block when you get hit. The calibrating sensor. That's it. But yeah, that needs you to be under 2 speed, which... Speed can be bad, but there's other ways to lower speed.
Yeah, you can smoke weed! Fictionally in a video game. Okay. The gritty, as we both seem to call it, also S.
Yeah.
And for anyone who didn't notice, it's right here. Oops. It is right there, but the food is here. Flapjacks. That's a lot of flapjacks. That's a 2,000 calorie breakfast right there. Look at all that butter.
Oh yeah, I couldn't eat all that. No way.
But alright, so I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the art for the flapjack. But yeah, as you said before, Spartan, it comes in stacks of 4 when you proc it. Blueprint tubes gives you a stack or 2 stacks of 4, so you get 8. But just generally very good food to have, extra 5% res, never bad, 20 life, feeds the whole team every time it goes off. So, like,
yeah,
it's just good, you know. You think about...
Plenty of dots in Kingdoms.
What's that?
Plenty of dots in Kingdoms,
yeah,
especially with the Blight, the Tribesmen.
Yeah, and the bleed from the big ones, so... Yeah, I mean, just looking at it in terms of cost, it's probably about 12 gold each, like the apples and cheese. So it's like every time the griddle goes off, it's 48 gold. Like that's nuts.
Yeah. I mean, apples and cheese gives debuff res, but I do think dot res is also really good.
Yeah, it depends what you're into, but I think the debuff res in general is slightly better. But
yeah, debuff res is definitely like debuff res. You have to pay a premium for in this game. Like you get the dark impulses. They give like 50 bleed, 50 blight, 50 burn res. The debuff one gives 20, and it's still really good.
Yeah, there's only like a few sources of debuff resist too. Like there's the pet, the food, the dark impulse, and like I want to say one trinket. Like it is not common to get this.
Yeah.
So the fact that the pancakes give you all 3 dot res, like that's the least it can do to be comparable. Yeah. Super good, money saver, feed you. Nowhere else to go. All right, we have the locked strong box here.
Yeah, that's in place of something, I think.
Oh, is it not the carriage lamp? Not the moonlight lantern.
I think we just put it here for placeholder for something else. I don't know.
Okay.
Just throw it away for now, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not an item.
Yeah. It's not a wagon item. It's a deliverable that becomes a wagon item right here. All right. So road gear, kind of an odd set of stuff. Like if you ignore the almanacs down here and like you just look at these 6, they aren't the most useful. You know, you get the free token for each of these, which can save you some baubles, but it also lowers the, like, if you have 4 instead of 5 tokens, when you put these on, you don't get the benefit. You have to have all 5. And also, stuff that breaks your wheels and armor is not as common. So, it's okay. But I'm talking about everything collectively. So, leaf suspension, positive relationship chance, pretty solid, but not as good as T-Service.
Yeah, leaf suspension, of course, is cheaper, and I think it's not even a higher tier one, so you find this earlier if you just want to buy it.
Yeah.
But for what it is, it's pretty decent.
Okay, so because of the lowered cost, is it still A-worthy with T-Set or T-Service?
Well, it's only 4%, meaning it is 1/3 less effective, but it is cheaper. It also does have the benefit of the same thing as T-Service. You only need to slot it on for a region or two.
Right.
This might actually be A. This is pretty good.
Yeah. I can already... I don't know what it is. Like, I feel a little indecisive on this one, and I hear the comments coming in from the people that didn't watch the full video. How did you put leaf suspension in A with T-Service when one's just strictly better? It's like, I don't know, freaking watch.
I mean, yeah, I guess the thing is as well that you can use them both. Why not?
I know. Oh my god.
Total of plus 20. And you can just choose not to take any fights that region if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Just save your actual combat items for later.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it up here. It's weird.
It's probably low A.
Yeah, definitely. But it's weird. Only having extra 2% makes this feel a lot better in some ways. But like,
also, it's luxury gear, so it works with the Wolf Cub, which is probably better than the slime.
True. Well, I mean,
I don't think the slime is even like that worth it because it's baseline of getting bonus stuff when running over junk. Like, what? You want more slime mold?
I know. Is slime mold, or is the slime an advanced pet? I think it is, right?
It might be. I don't know. All I'm thinking now is that stupid meme where the slime guy from Monsters vs. Aliens is like got a bunch of slop, but now that is just the slime pet, and it's just being fed mountains of slime mold.
Oh my goodness! All right, the
Iron Brazier. Actually good in Kingdoms because of how fast flame drains later on.
Yeah, this might keep you out of 0 by the end of the region, which is way better because even it being, I think, 1 light, you get the low light penalty, not the blackest pitch penalty. So that blind token's only 5% instead of 10, which matters quite a bit. So it's also cheap.
It's also pretty cheap.
Yeah. So I think it's actually really good. Like between that and like one glimmer per region, you can probably stay at a decent light level. Maybe 2 glimmers. So
this is always going to be useful.
True. Like there's no point in maybe early game when the light doesn't drain as fast, it's not as useful, but like, you know, Blood Moon Stygian, that escalation 2 happens day 8, day 10. If you play on harder settings, it happens day 5. So this gets valuable very quickly. So I'm thinking at least 8.
As we know, the people who play on the highest difficulty are the only people that matter.
True. Yes, as it was with Darkest Dungeon 1, you may not have an opinion about this game if you have not beaten Torch this Blood Moon, all bosses, deathless, in 10 weeks.
What do you mean the torch is a mechanic in the game that you're supposed to use? No, ignoring the mechanics to make the game harder by self-imposed rule is how you play the game.
I know. Oh my god, I hate it so much, man. And, you know, to an extent, DD2 has that, where it's like, did you beat Beacon? No, I beat Old Stygian, which is harder. Get off my ass.
You play with the torch that makes it easier?
Oh yeah, man, don't let anyone difficulty shame you. If you have fun putting on Radiant Flame and getting like that bonus speed and just smashing monsters, go ahead, have fun.
If you don't want to grind out like the entire altar and you want to beat the game faster, go ahead, use the torch.
I know, dude, I don't think DD2 is as elitist, thankfully, but it still exists.
So are we putting this in A?
I'm thinking so, unless you have a different opinion.
Yeah, I'd say this is A.
Okay, I agree. It's cheap, it's helpful, it doesn't win the game on its own, so I think that's a good spot. Alright.
You can definitely just take it off when you find something better, but...
Okay,
so the Iron Banded wheels and the steel plating, because we can both do them at the same time.
Exactly, yes.
I feel like these items are actually real winners in Kingdoms, because... Yes, obviously, as you said before, which I have also parroted many times before, if you buy this and you have full wheels or full armor already, you go to the next region, you get boosted up to 4, you're still not max like armor or wheels, so you don't have the bonus anymore, and you're going to have to pay baubles. But the thing is, since regions are shorter, you have more procs per campaign of these items, whereas in base you had like maybe 5 at most.
True. Yeah, absolutely true. And
so
I don't remember how much bauble repairs are in Confessions. Or
I think they were 8 or 12.
Because they're 12
I think 12 is the base, and then you get a discount through the altar.
Yeah, God, it's been so long since Confessions. I actually don't remember the little details. But yeah, this can save you 12 baubles per region, which is not bad. That's actually really good. So I think these do get a bit better in Kingdoms. But
I would still not buy them.
Yeah. So they B?
Yeah, I'd put them in B. I will use them if I get them randomly and I have nothing better, but no, I'm not paying for them. Exactly. Not even 25 relics is worth that. I mean, baubles.
Alright, the Wagon Jack, this negates the turn skip that you have in repair fights, so whenever someone has to spend their turn repairing, you get an extra action, so you actually get to keep your turn, essentially.
Yeah, realistically, this is never going to happen.
Yeah, repair fights are, at least in my experience, very rare in Kingdoms. I could say, at most, I've probably gotten, no joke, maybe 2. Probably 0. But I'm going to say 2 just in case I don't remember. So,
yeah, the thing is that since regions are shorter, you're going to need to roll like 3 rough patches in a row or 3 hazards in a row for a region before you have a chance to repair. Which, like, that's not going to happen, man.
Yeah, like if it's getting that bad, you'll have to spend the baubles, but I think it's just C.
Or you could save the baubles and just not buy this.
Oh yeah, because oh man,
This is a 40 bauble item.
no way. Ah, no, dude, no. 40. It's like, yeah, I pay 40 now, and I'll never have to repair my wagon again. You know, you lose the bonuses, and it's like, nah. All right.
Yeah, just keep the wagon repaired. Carriage lamps we're not talking about because there's no loathing in Kingdoms.
Right. But I do want to say one thing about the wagon jack is, at the start of the video we said no item is useless. Wagon jack calls that thought into question.
Yeah.
Alright. So as Spartan said, no carriage lamps, there's no loathing, so it's going to be used in place of the moonlight lantern later. So that means we're going to go on to the Almanacs. And I think we can group these together, because they're all the same buff, just different regions. And in Confessions, if you have all 4 equipped, you get the Mountain Manac, the Exodia, as we call it. It's a hidden effect where you just get this, because you have all 4 of them. But in Kingdoms, there's actually a Tundra Almanac, so we can all rate that together. And
they're probably all in the same tier.
Yeah, I would say so, for sure. Honestly, I think the Almanacs are really good, and I think Kingdoms makes them better than Confessions, whereas in Confessions, you may revisit a region twice, at the most. I don't know if you can even get it 3 times, unless you get, like, you know, Sprawl Region 1, Catacombs, Sprawl Region 2, because you re-rolled it, Sluice, Sprawl Region 3, but, like, nah. Whereas in Kingdoms, you're constantly driving around to different regions, so you can put these on and off as needed, and the buff is very helpful. So I think all of these are really good, and in the same tier.
Yeah, and regions like the Sprawl, as you said, they spawn, like, really close together in the basic map.
Yes.
If we're talking about that. They're all in, like, the top left area. So you can go to 3 Sprawls in a row, not have to take this item off. And even when you're done, just take it off, keep it in your inventory for next time you run through.
Yeah. So, the buffs are good. The buffs are great, actually. The stress res, really helpful, because if you're able to keep high torch, you get, like, 3 to 6 stress res, you know, if you're at max. And that is some funny stuff when it goes off. Like, I've had the event in Kingdoms where you get like 3 stress randomly, and I'm pretty sure I resisted it one time, and I laughed. So it's some crazy stuff.
Very nice.
Sorry.
So yeah, they're all good. You don't have to commit to keeping them with you.
Okay, so are they all?
I will admit that they are probably the first thing I throw away when I really need inventory space and I've got good other items.
Blasphemy.
I mean, when I have like blueprint tubes and stew pot, I'm sorry, but those books are getting burned.
Okay. Me, I feel like I overrate these. Like, I would almost call these S, but I know normally you're a bit more conservative with some stuff. I shouldn't say conservative. I feel like that, you know, when we don't agree, usually I'm on the extreme. Like, I overvalue or I undervalue. So what do you think these are?
Well, I do like them. There is no argument that they are not, like, incredibly good when they come into effect. They do take up your inventory slots, which you can't use. Like, if you're at the bottom right of the map and you have the Sprawl Manac, you probably won't get any use of that for, like, maybe 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Can be bad, but... I mean, when they go off, they are very useful. They might all be an A.
I can live with that. Like I said, I put them in S, but I can definitely get down with A. It's... They're basically radiant flames, each of them.
Like, if you consider these effects as, like, trinkets, they'd be really good.
Oh yeah, no question. Like, these These are like indelible level trinkets with no downside, because like the flat 20% bonus damage, the sharpness charm, that's indelible. That's 20%. This is 15, and it goes to the whole party. 2 speed, Wolf's Blood has the minus HP effect, so this has no downside. And then stress res, a bit harder to rate, but I mean, still plus 10 with no downside is really good. So, and again, the whole party. I can live with A.
Yeah. Honestly, I may think that if one of them goes below A, it would be the Tangle one, because I feel like the Tangle Almanac is, to me, not as worth using as the others, because there's like very little stress damage in that region.
Yeah, most of the stress comes from the foot soldier crits or the bishop.
Yeah,
I guess the drummer too. The drummer can. Is that the play? Get the Tangle Almanac and then like never kill the drummer and just let him death before dishonor. Then just resist it.
Just resist forehead.
Oh,
but
man.
yeah, if we had a image for the mountain almanac, it would be an A. Just pretend it's there.
Maybe that's what we did with maybe that's what the box or whatever was for. No, it wasn't. All right. Yeah, all almanacs up here. A is for amazing.
Also for almanac, but that's obvious.
I was subverting expectations.
Oh yeah, true.
Moonlight Lantern. You get capped to half flame, and then your flame drain goes lower. This is a bit worse in Kingdoms, just because your flame's going to get nuked regardless.
Does this even appear in Kingdoms?
I don't think so necessarily. Also, the Mountain Manac full bonus, you get 10% bonus life too. God dang. Even
nice.
better. So it's real. We're not crazy.
The Mountain Manac is real.
Can we get much higher?
Yes.
So high. Sorry.
But yeah, I don't think this is I honestly, I don't know if this item appears in Kingdoms, so we can just ignore it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And even if it did, I don't think it'd be very good. Just because, like I said, having half flame, even though you get the drain reduction, it's like you're gonna get clobbered. You're still hitting 0 just because of how it works. So I'll put that down. All right. Scouting gear. Crow's Nest.
If you like the Shrieker Chick like I do, ooh, value.
That's one I kind of slept on at first, but I think in Kingdoms specifically, I mean, it's good in Confessions too, but I think in Kingdoms it can also pull a lot of weight because you get the extra baubles.
Yeah, in my Kingdoms run, I ran Shrieker Chick and I ended the run with like 200 baubles unspent.
See, there you go. All right. Shrieker's Nest. I'm kidding. Crow's Nest. Location scouting. I don't value this too highly because in Kingdoms, depending on the quest step, the game will automatically generate the node that you need, and it will tell you where it's at. And after escalation, when you get to escalation 2 and above, pretty much anything that's not the specific node that you need to advance what you're doing, it's going to be a resistance node. So I don't think that this is
20% location scouting. Spoilers, it's all fights.
Yeah. Like I said, you may get the occasional like study or surgeon tale or something like that, but it's not going to be that common. So I really don't think this is that good.
It's okay if you have Shrieker Chick, but if you don't, it's not that important. Actually, you know what? I will give it some credit because the rumors, it can help you find where those things are.
True. Forgot all about rumors. So, for the unaware, rumors, they're a little piece of paper in Kingdoms that give you a hint to some treasure. The picture on it and the borders of the rumor, the color, tell you what region it's in. And then the flavor text tells you what node it is. So it'll be like behind the trapdoor in the study, and it's like a picture of pine trees with like a white border. That's the tundra. And so being able to find those, because you always get, hero trinkets or indelible trinkets, those are really good. So at
Yeah,
least it's B.
I ended up only cashing in one rumor in my, well, actually, no, I cashed in two, but one of them didn't matter. One of the ones I got was the runaway fire blanket, which kind of carried the end fight.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. So I'm thinking at least B, but I don't know if you think it's higher than that.
I mean, I had this on me at the end of my run, but I was running Shrieker Chick.
Yeah.
But yeah, B is fair.
Yeah, okay. I forgot about that. Good catch with the rumor.
Yeah.
Alright, telescope, route scouting, surprise, it's all fights. I really don't.
I mean, it is kind of useful to know when it's not a rough patch and when it is a fight, but
okay, I guess let me think about it this way. Being able to scout the occasional safe road, or save your last armor token, that's still better than Wagon Jack. So I don't feel right putting it down here.
This is definitely not a C item.
Okay. It's at least a B. Is it higher than B?
Yeah. No, this thing is not higher than B.
Okay.
As much as I like this item, no, it does not deserve A.
Okay, that's fair. Alright.
Also, yeah, but no, because thankfully there's no hero shrines.
Yeah. It's only 25 too, man. Alright.
Hey, what would your thoughts be on if there was, for instance, a hero shrine, and what it did was, like, you reached it and your hero would instantly be able to unlock any skill and instantly give a mastery to it, like instant mastery?
Dude, that'd be sick. I'd be down with it.
I think that would be pretty cool.
It could be. I mean, just an extra piece of content. So I would love that. But with the academics map, guaranteed cash and study scouting, I actually value this pretty highly.
Yeah, so you can know where the academic study is on the map. Oh, hey, it's the Shambler altar.
Yeah, you can avoid the Shambler, or you can find those caches. If you get the caches, have a lot of stuff still, even in Kingdoms, so those are really helpful to hit.
Yeah, caches have ways of giving like good food and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Icebox value.
Yes, definitely. I want to put this in A because there's some good studies. Avoiding Shambler is nice. I actually had a run off stream where I got to the Shambler altar and both people wanted to fight it, so that was an interesting moment in time.
Here's the thing, though. I feel like later on in the escalation, there is basically none of these, so like it doesn't matter how much scouting you have if they just don't spawn.
Yeah, it's kind of thing.
That's what I'm critical of.
Yeah. It's kind of what we were saying with the other scouting items, where it's like, it's good to know if that stuff is there, but the chance of it being there is actually not that high.
I mean, if we compare this to the Hoarder Signal Dakota, which also gives a extra scouting, that at least doubles the benefit of actually reaching it. The academics thing just tells you where they are.
Okay. B?
Yeah, I'm thinking B.
Okay.
Like, if this gave extra loot from the catches, then I'd think it was A, but no.
That's fine. Alright, what is this? The Surgeon Directory? Hospital scouting, surgeon table scouting, double selection at field hospitals.
Do you actually ever buy things from these?
At certain points, yes, but I think the fact that you can upgrade your inns to be essentially a field hospital with massive discounts, I think that this gets a lot worse.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a loser in the Confessions to Kingdoms transition.
Yes. Especially because, like we were saying before, these nodes, like the hospital, gets more rare in higher escalation, and then surgeon table, you don't really want to go looking for these, when all of them have like 50% bonus life and 40% damage. That's kind of dangerous. I guess you could try and avoid it, but yeah. Is this C?
This might be C, yeah. It's not very good in Kingdoms. Like, in Confessions where you have a disease curing limited and you really need to find one, yeah, sure, go ahead, put it on, but here? no.
Yeah, it's the fact that you have the physician branch of the inn is too helpful.
And like, there's just a chance, of course, that none of them spawn.
Right. Okay. The decoder signal I definitely think is better, as you alluded to. You get double the selection. That can be really good.
Yeah, the items in the field hospital aren't like that numerous, but the hoarder carries a whole bunch of things. And it's only 25 as opposed to the 40 of the directory.
I know, like that's crazy. I guess it makes sense that this is cheaper because like you're buying trinkets, so you don't want to spend all your trinkets getting this. But yeah, the decoder signal's way, way better.
Yeah, you can like you're going to get more value out of indelible trinkets you buy from the hoarder as well, because like in confessions you might find the plus 10 crit one and you'd be like, yeah, that's good, but am I going to run it for the entire game? No, the answer is probably not. But in kingdoms where you have more characters to outfit, then yeah, you probably are on someone.
Right? Just pass it around. Is it A?
That's the question, because this is an item you probably throw away at the end of the game, because you
definitely
aren't going to need items afterwards, but it's definitely good early on. Maybe B, actually.
Okay, we can leave it in B and then move it around. But it's good. Is it amazing?
Yeah.
Who knows?
And then you get like prodding pendant and like skeletal sight, all the trinkets that you're not going to use.
Yeah.
At least thrilling tablet is good in kingdoms.
They nerfed it a bit because the soldiers count as allies now, so you don't get the full benefit having 3 soldiers with you.
I mean, the soldiers, you can just sacrifice them anyway.
True. I mean,
one flagellant can solo a siege.
Oh, hell yeah, you can. Man, alright. God, can you imagine going out there with him where it's like, we're under siege? He's like, I'll help you win. Like, what's that weird glowing tablet? Don't worry about it.
No, you just don't upgrade an inn to have any conscripts or anything. He'll just stay there the entire run.
True, actually, just solo holds it. God, I like that idea. Dude, you could just leave him there with the tablet, feed him, give him some in buffs, and he just stays there the whole time.
Yeah, just have him, like, use a swift horse between, like, 2 different inns.
Yeah.
I gotta do that sometime.
Yeah, gotta definitely try that. Oh my god, that's what it should be, like, the 5 hero kingdoms run, the one being flagged, just running around defending.
Yeah.
Alright. Trackers map, extra like guaranteed den scouting and oasis scouting. I like these nodes for sure.
Yeah, creature dens actually give a whole lot more value if you are one of those people that snap upgrades inns. Like, let's say you get the extra in item discounts. You can snap, like, spend all of your in materials to get like as many in items spawning as possible, because when you upgrade them, they're instantly added to the pool. So you instantly get, like, the discount.
Yeah, so
if you have a good creature part.
Yeah, you can get some very, very, very cheap, like, blowout sales, like the store's closing or something like that. Get out of there with, like, 90% discounts. So, yeah, that's super powerful. And Oasis, or not, well, I mean, Oasis is always good. Spring water and stress healing and stuff, but, Creature dens too, like, there's some good loot that comes out of there. Like, you get a couple mastery, you know, you get like the 1 mastery, I think, for clearing it, then you get the 1 or 2 potentially for turning in the item, depending which item it is. And, like, all that's pretty good.
Alright.
So is it... I feel like all these might end up in B, but is there a reason to put this higher?
It just kind of does what it does.
Yeah.
It's useful when it's something you need to get. Like, if you have a rumor that's like, oh yeah, I need to go to the Oasis. Well, there you go. You know if one spawns.
Yeah. You know, I think in the picture looks kind of weird because it's like a contract killing kind of looking thing, like bounty hunter, but if you there's like a little labyrinth, like a dungeon map, but neither of these are like dungeons. Who am I killing at the Oasis?
It's 3 spiders in a trench coat.
Like I was thinking,
there's a mod for Noida there's a mod for Noida that's 3 Hamis in a trench coat as the player.
Nice.
Funny.
I was gonna say this should like auto scout lairs, but they're always auto scouted. So I guess there's nothing else really to do with this, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so it's B.
I mean, with all these scouting things, you can just randomly just roll a scout anyway.
True. Yeah. Also, maybe even find the fabled watchtower. Actually, I don't know if I've ever seen a watchtower after the first guaranteed one.
Yeah, they kind of never show up. I mean, I think I've seen one like late in the game, but who cares? Like regions are already so small anyway.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we have trophies. If you want to do trophies.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with
It's gonna be hard to rate them because it's got 3 effects.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to average them out.
Yeah. Okay. So baby, like this. All right. Dreaming General might have might have some of the best, actually. So like the General's Dream, historically one of the best, got nerfed a little bit, but like you don't have to fight. I mean, you do fight an end boss. So that's where actually, you know what? Spoilers. But yes, you don't even use these at the end boss. So I guess that doesn't matter. So the bonus immobilize can just be really good in any single region, because sometimes outside of like the tango, maybe movements, pain in the butt. So 5 rounds of immobilize is fine and perfect. Like you will never need more than that.
Yeah, the only move that's really from Hunger of the Beast clan is the Rock Claw's knockback ability.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not particularly effective in this mode, but just consider it as if it were in campaign mode.
Yeah, if you go to the other 5 regions, it still does what it needs to, and it's still pretty good.
The trinket price discount, though.
Massive.
Oh boy.
Massive.
Yeah, since, as I said with the Merchant's Guild seal, you're going to be buying most of your things in the inn.
Yeah.
You can just slot this on when you need it, buy what you need, take it off for the next region if you have a better trophy.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, is that the trophy equip in upgrades, like the second one, I think, in the tree. So you just spend 20 and you can put this on. Or take it off.
95% trinket discount.
Oh my god, that's massive.
There's a reason why everything has a minimum cost of 1.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so the immobilize pretty good, trinket price super good. Safety of Slumber, I like this one just because dot is common. And the worst one here is the burn, but like losing 2 speed is painful, but that's a very high amount. This isn't like Confessions where Ordainment pierces your resistance, so it's a little bit worse. So
yeah, one of the things that you'd think would be like, let's talk about the squishiest unit in the game historically. Alchemist Plague Doctor. Alchemist Plague Doctor has like 18 or something health throughout most of the campaign, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And the benefit of Alchemist PD is because, with Alchemist she has like super high dot resist. But even then, if a dot goes through, she's kind of screwed, which is what happened in one of my campaigns.
It happened to me too. Yeah.
Yeah, if with an extra 30%, this goes up to like let's look at bleed. It goes from 30 to 50 with Alchemist to 83. And since like there's no ordainment piercing, as you said, that's not going to go through. It doesn't matter if she loses 2 speed.
Yeah. So it's super good. I actually, one of my Kingdoms runs, one of my early runs, I used the dot res trophy and performed super well. I was actually surprised. I was like, okay, I do feel the -2 speed, but I really noticed the consistent dot resist I was getting against like everything that was hitting me. So I think this whole group is just really good.
It also compounds if you have like neutralizing powders or something like that.
Oh,
It will guarantee to give you stress healing, basically.
Oh yeah, like oh my god, those powders become guaranteed like -2 stress every time you use them. That's pretty helpful.
Yeah. Synergizes with Ravager Hellion. She stops bleeding herself.
Yeah. Arsonist Runaway.
Yeah, right. It's just all benefit.
Sorry, cultists, you can't resist unchecked power. God, they hate him.
It's okay. Your allies can resist your bleed now.
Oh, true. Good point. Even better. This group, is it S?
This might be S because you get the trinket resist one. I mean, the trinket price decrease, and you're sold. You'll never need baubles again.
Yeah, this entire like each one of these trophies is good, and they're good for pretty much the entire thing. Some trinkets or some trophies might be good here and there, but by and large, the general ones are just consistently good. There we got the baby. So this is the one we were talking about before. They got nerfed. Actually, this might have been off camera, but this used to be bonus health, and it was the strongest trophy in the game. You see the -25 death blow resist, and that's kind of scary, but when you got bonus HP, you would never hit it outside of a meltdown. And then with the new version where you get bonus healing received, you can still keep yourself off of Death's Door. And
this isn't healing received from skills where you see on like most items, like the in item has like extra traveling heal and healing received from skills. No, this is healing received from everything, including quirks, including like
items.
I don't know. Items. It includes more buff.
That's what flag
that's
needed.
Not a skill. It needs more healing.
Yeah. No, this trophy is really good. Fatigue lowering your max health probably is the biggest nerf to this, because I think healing percentage is still scaled on your total health, not what you're capped at. So it's like when you lose fatigue, your heals get stronger mathematically, because you're healing 33% of 100, even though your cap is 80. I hope that made sense. So I don't think this one is as good in Kingdoms, but it's still solid.
Yeah. But the next one, the 25 inventory slots, we've been talking like half the video about how inventory is an issue in Kingdoms. Not anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, this just completely makes it so this never exists. Like, if we're doing like individual tiers, this one probably like B at this point, but then the inventory is definitely S. So I don't know how you average that yet when you consider the last one.
Not good.
Yeah, no. It's because Beastmen are like, El Meow, nice blight attack, let me resist, haha.
Yeah, then you get extra blight on yourself. That's like, no.
Yeah, so I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that good. Like this is probably a B or a C trophy.
Yeah, it had so much potential with the Harvest's Bounty, but they just had to add this one. This was in case you stopped playing after a while, like back in the old days, they added a third variant of every trophy, and this is the one they added.
Yeah. Good point to bring that up. I forgot about that. Because for people who are coming back from like early access, there are 3 trophies instead of 2, and every hero got a third path instead of starting with 2. So things like Carcass, Physician, Yellow Hand, those didn't exist in the first round of paths. Those came later. And this one is not that good. I mean, it's okay in Confessions, but it's not good here. So
a blight trophy where every enemy is like a blight focused.
Yeah. All right, so the collective group of these, I would say probably B.
Yeah, it's probably B, just because that last one brings it down. If it didn't have that last one, it'd probably be A, honestly.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Because even the bonus healing is still marginally useful. You know, you can bump up those regeneration effects. Like Undying would go to like 7 or 8 mastered per tick, which is kind of crazy.
Nice.
Vestal obviously likes that. So it's really just that last one. All right.
Yeah, big mantra value.
Yes, that too. So yeah, with Leviathan in the trophies, I was gonna say like the beck and call boss, but I was like, that's not what it is. That's the trophy. But Leviathan's trophies have historically in Confessions been super mega niche outside of the combat stacking. So double bleed dealt, double bleed received. Bleed is the most common damage over time type, so it's not usually in your best interest to double that up, and you have to run a bleed team to make use of the other one.
But fortunately, Hunger of the Beast has most of the enemies being focused on Blight, not Bleed, aside from Rockclaw.
Yeah.
So you can actually get some good value without the Beastmen benefiting from it.
Yeah. It was helpful there. Otherwise, there's not too much bleed in the Tangle, as already stated. Some of the neutral enemies bleed, like what is it? The
cultists,
like the bandits, right? Creature Den, they can bleed you. Like 2 of them can. So it's hit and miss. I don't think it's unusable for sure, but it's definitely something like kind of one of those things you talk about when you swap stuff. So it'll be like, I'm going to the frickin' the Tangle where only like 1 enemy bleeds me, so I'm gonna pop it on. Unless you're doing the boss, then that's bad.
You can't use it against the final boss though.
Yeah, which might be a good thing, honestly, because he bleeds you kind of hard. Spoilers, Lamau.
But bleed is actually pretty good against the Beastmen because bleed ignores their enrage. So
true, yeah.
If you stick a big amount, then you can kill them through that.
Yeah, exactly. The next one, the Lashing Tide, stacking an extra 2 combat items, incredibly good. Like both game modes, if you are able to get, especially like the production stagecoach gear, if you're able to get, you know, just put on 2 extra healing salves, have 3 Molotovs on you, stuff like that. All that gets really good when you can stack it.
Yeah, there are some items that are definitely not meant to be stacked up to 3, like what's the word? The triage kit. That's a 27-point heal. You can have 3 of them.
Yeah, that's really good. Oh, all right. So we know that one's incredible. Probably S in both modes, I would say. Then Undertow, movement res piercing. Don't really want to move the Beastmen too much, because the tribe walkers end up getting enraged. Moving some enemies doesn't really matter either. Like some enemies just don't care about being moved. Like stuff in the Fetter, for the most part, only like 2 enemies really get screwed over by being moved. The Tangle, the drummer who laughs at you.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, what you're saying is right, but like gaining when moved by enemy, that route can like absolutely screw you over if that hits at a bad time. If you get knocked back 2 spaces with your flagellant, for instance, you are not moving back to the front next turn.
Yeah, there's a lot of the context here with like this moving and immobilizing is if you, like Spartan said, get pushed way out of position, like your Alchemist goes to rank 1, your Leper goes to rank 4, you're passing. So it's not just immobilizing, it's you get immobilized and then you take 2 stress and skip a turn, essentially. Like that is a lot of downside.
Yeah, you're basically handing the enemy team a stun when that happens.
Yeah. And then having heal on move resist, this gives you movement skill piercing, not resist. So otherwise it'd be too similar to the general one, so I understand that. But resisting movement heals you a little bit, which can be helpful, but like historically move resist is not a high stat across the board.
Yeah, I mean, look at Lepo.
I know, I'm still... If there's one change I want to get out of this game before I die, it's Leper going up to like 50 move res. Nothing else can happen in this game. I will die happy. Yeah, this.
Yeah, he needs help.
Yeah, these trophies. Two of these trophies are pretty not good. I would argue this is like a C trophy. So, is the whole set B then? Because you have like
yeah, probably B.
Okay, you have like one that's really good, and then like one that's okay, and one that's really bad. All right, we have the librarian trophies. Oh damn, this is kind of good, actually.
Yeah, just the stress can be bad, but
yeah, the stress can be bad. Complete catalog, arguably one of the best trophies.
Catalog. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, is there anything?
Unabridged.
Go ahead.
Unabridged edition is also really good too. Like, we talked about how all that scouting gear was kind of middling, but this just scouts everything for free.
That's actually really helpful. You know, if you are fortunate enough to kill librarian before it gets too bad in terms of like the buffs from escalation, you know, you kill them escalation 1 or 2 and you get this, I mean, you can scout everything for the whole run. Like that is always useful. Scouting one thing, you know, guaranteed, or everything a small percentage of the time is meh, like you were saying. But scouting everything all the time, big value.
Yeah, this guarantees you're able to find where your rumors go to.
Oh yeah,
with no issue.
Always the
like
rumors.
You get this at the start of this run, then your rumors you'll end up with like 5 indelible trinkets from them.
I know. So all of a sudden, instead of paying 50 or 65 for an indelible, you're paying 25, and you're finding every single one. And okay, so we have 2 probably S tier level trophies, and decimal system is
this is anti-leper propaganda.
It freaking is. Oh man, it kind of sucks because like the fastest heroes have like the lowest on hit, or not lowest, but they don't have like the highest on hit damage. So like Grave Robber, Duelist hits kind of hard though. At least she benefits.
The runaway's fast.
Runaway's fast, but you're doing damage over time.
Yeah, Highwayman gets good value out of this. Jester might, if you want to like build up for a finale, get a whole bunch of plus damage over the battle.
Yeah, that'd be really good. And then you got that stress, so...
I mean, I guess if you're running Leper, for instance, Leper can easily heal his stress. He can be a tank. If you want to run Poet Leper, this is the item for it.
Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, you can definitely make this work. And the upside is okay. I mean, the upside's pretty good.
It's better in long battles, of course.
Yeah. Alright. I feel like I'm dragging on this a little too long, this trophy. Definitely, I can tell I'm getting tired, so keep like talking over you and stuff, so I apologize.
I do that to you a bit too.
Okay. It's all good.
So is this S or A? That's the question.
I want to say S.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that.
It's got 2, like, S trophies in it, and then the other one's okay. But I don't think that's enough to, like, knock it down here.
Yeah, on average, you're going to get an S tier trophy.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 times. Okay. There is one more. He's not on here, but the Tundra Lair boss is actually Exemplar. And this dude gets trophies. All right. So I had Yearning Despair in my last Kingdoms run off stream, and this thing carried. I only had 2 Stain Trinkets equipped, but by doing so, 20% bonus damage, 20% life, 2 speed. Didn't really care about this stuff down here at that point, because you're very fast, you have a lot of extra health, and you're killing enemies quickly.
Yeah, if you compare it to the Almanacs, this is basically just Almanacs if you have, like, 2.
Yeah.
You get the speed, you get the damage, and you don't get stress resist, but max HP is probably better.
Yeah, true. Actually, it is essentially an Almanac. It's like half an Almanac with 1 Stain Trinket, which you're already in the Tundra, you're going to find one. Probably going to get one from fighting him. And then the having 2 is permanent Almanac.
Yeah, the only downside is you have to juggle around Stain Trinkets to heroes.
Yeah, and some of the Stain Trinkets, like the Dark Impulses, some of them are just not helpful. But some of them are worth keeping on the majority of the time.
And minus healing received doesn't matter if you're getting max HP, because that's how it works in this game.
Yeah, and then you're leveraging speed, so you're killing enemies before they get to do anything to you. Alright, next one, Boundless Vanity. This is essentially the Star of the Chosen Torch, where you randomly combo people at turn start. And not every enemy makes use of combo. Every hero, for the most part, can make great use of combos. So random combos getting thrown out are really good. The fights you don't want random combos are like Collector, Exemplar, but you already beat Exemplar, so you don't really need to fight him again. And then just random enemies here and there throughout the game.
Yeah, Beastmen do not combo you. They don't do anything with that.
That's right, yeah. So I'm trying to think of all the combo interactions. There's only like 1 or 2 per region at the most, outside of like neutral enemies like pillagers. I don't even think Gaunt get a combo interaction, so this is more upside than downside, usually.
Yeah. The only downside is like the guaranteed crits from like spiders or something like that.
Yeah. And then round end, enemies with heroes and enemies with combo tokens get a random token. It doesn't say positive or negative, so I'm gonna assume this acts like true entropy, where it's like a pool of a few positives and a few negatives. You're always gonna be taking combo off the enemy, most likely. They're not gonna be taking combo off you, so that's where the detriment is. If there's no enemy using the combo against you, then you're picking up possible negatives, which can suck.
Yeah. Who knows? You might gain a crit token, you might gain a stun token.
Oh god, that'd be so bad. Alright. Last one, Perpetual Lethargy. If you are less than or equal to 0 speed, you get a block plus. Very helpful. And when you pass turns, you lose 2 speed, and it resets your skill uses. I don't believe this is cooldowns, as Spartan was talking about before. I actually haven't... I died trying to get this trophy the one time I saw it, so I don't know if it works for cooldowns, but getting skill resets can be pretty helpful, because like Flag really wants his cooldown or his uses, and Crusader is another one, and I'm sure there's a couple others. It's just their finales.
PD only has 3 uses of battlefield medicine per combat, so she can reset that.
Adrenaline Rush, another good one. Yeah, there are a lot of good hits on this, and thankfully, if you tank your speed like twice, then you're still getting like block plus after that, which is something.
Yeah, 4 heroes all high on weed, just tanking everything.
I know. Just that's another thing that someone should try, either me, you, or whoever, but just have the slowest team possible. Like, just bring the wall and use like the general dream where oh no, you can't because it's a trophy.
Yeah, it's a trophy.
Yeah, but get some weed and just lower your speed a little bit and just block plus the entire fight. That sounds pretty cool. All right.
Yeah, where do you think this trophy goes?
I don't know, because like Yearning Despair, super good. Probably S. Boundless Vanity, probably A or B. And then this, probably B. Was it A?
Put it in A then.
Yeah. Collective A.
Yeah, we'll use the
Chandelier.
Collective Chandelier.
Yeah, there you go. That's Exemplar.
Oh my god, I said Chandelier again. Why? What is wrong with me?
Chandelier. Isn't that song? I want to swing from the chandelier.
Yeah, just Photoshop that in. Someone will do that.
Oh man, I always think it's funny because people just skip to the end, and I understand why. But I'm waiting for the person to get baited by like the chandelier's not even in Kingdoms. Like, yeah, it's not.
That's why it's there.
All right.
So we reevaluate these. Everything in order.
Do you want to do left to right? That might take a minute, but we could.
Let's go over the ones we did first. The storage trunk. That's still B, right?
The big one,
The
yeah.
small one?
I like these two.
Yeah. Wind chime. All right.
Yeah, probably B.
Now that I think about it, the small storage trunk maybe doesn't deserve C with the others. Like, I'm comparing that to Wagon Jack, like the metal chest.
Yeah, the freaking this one.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
I'm thinking
Wagon,
maybe that goes in B.
Yeah. Wagon Jack is it's so funny. It's like it's bad. Is it Wagon Jack though? We can also make a Wagon Jack tier.
No.
Alright. I'm looking down here. I'm gonna start at the bottom, I guess. So this the Surgeon map pretty good. Down here, this I still agree with. This I agree with all these down here.
Yeah, the ones that get mogged by blueprint tubes.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we have a bunch of scouting.
Yeah, here, like, the scouting's not too impactful. So, Decoder Signal is the only one that really sticks out to me. Is like, is this better?
I mean, it's nice when the Hoarder spawns, but the Hoarder has to spawn.
He gets more scarce later.
Storage. We got creating combat items.
Yeah. I guess this is alright. I don't know, I'm starting to think that nothing changes. A tier is actually really small if you count Almanacs as like one thing. It's actually the smallest tier.
Yeah, A tier kind of like is an interesting place. It's like good, but it's not perfect. But it's not less than that.
Yeah.
I feel like if we had a D tier, a proper D tier, then it would be a bit more spread out, but
yeah, for sure, because like these two probably go down one, and then some of these that are on like the edge would go down to here.
Yeah, we definitely have the metal strongbox in a C tier then.
Yeah.
But yeah, seems fine.
Yeah. I'm happy with this. I think the S is perfect. Except maybe this. Maybe this is down one, I don't know.
That free full scouting.
Yeah. Free scouting, guaranteed burn on crit. They have low burn res, so still good. Alright, yeah, is there anything jumping out at you?
No, everything seems fine.
Okay.
A-okay.
Alright, so I guess we'll end it there. Thanks for watching if you made it this far. Thanks to Spartan, this was his idea. Always great to have him on, talk to him. Make sure you check out his channel, which I'll link below. Darkest Dungeon, among other stuff. That's very cool, fun games.
Yeah, I plan to stream some Kingdoms soon.
Yeah, there you go. Are you waiting for the second one, Kevin?
No, I'll probably do some more Beast, just in time.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course.
Make sure to write in the comments that you want to see more of me combined with the shuffle.
Yeah,
I'll read
definitely.
those, maybe.
Yeah, it's always fun to just drop in on one of these tier lists, and then the two of us just hang out for like 2 hours, 3 hours, talk about all of it. It's always a fun time. So I appreciate it. Thank you for
Make sure to
watching.
like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, like, comment, subscribe. Go subscribe to Spartan too. Right, functioning YouTube channel.
Yeah, uploads more frequently than Shuffle. Cough,
True.
cough.
I mean, like once a week. I got to change that.
It's okay. You've got content right here.
I know. All right. I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. So, see you next time, I guess.
Bye bye.